done what I can today. To be honest, the last couple weeks have been kind of hard. There's a lot of stuff going on. And today is no different. But the show must go on. So I'm going to try to stream like I normally do today. I don't know whether it's going to end up being a long stream or a short one. I've got some major burnout going on in other areas. I haven't had a chance to even look at the game in a while. But I'm trying to stitch it together, get it done. Phase 2 part is a little bit more tedious than I expected. I have to get all the parts of the game linked together and fill in any parts that are missing. Like missing gaps in the plot, things like that. There is a problem. Problem is the Zelenov array. It cuts off all warp drive. Yeah, we need it halfway through the story, the warp drive. We have the supercarrier with its jump drive. We also need to kind of, I think, figure out how to get Kern, the main villain, more of more of what he's planning or plotting, because I think that so far in both Origins and Rebellion I've been a little too vague with him. He needs to actually like go for the gusto or something. I need to figure that out. Now one thing is that in the main game, one of the things that allows the ESA to be as powerful as they are is that they have the ability to communicate lag-free, because faster than light communication is kind of a new technology, or kind of hard to make work right, and he does it through these artifacts that he's found. And that's what gives the virtual council so much power. So I'm thinking that the array, maybe instead of being, well, maybe it does cut off warp travel, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's a communications array, in line with what I have in the main game. Because this is supposed to feel like a rebellion, but I think so far it feels almost like you're one squad with an edge that somehow is able to take on this empire, and the real question is why? Now, originally I kind of had the idea that it was just the fact that you get the supercarrier and it has a jump drive which works differently than a warp drive, and everybody else gets cut off. But maybe it should be messier than that. Maybe it should be that the Zelenov array allows Kern to basically, because he's an android, that he was a human, became an android. After they flipped this thing on, now suddenly the ESA has the ability of instant communication in this sector, whereas before they did not. So maybe the threat is that they're able to coordinate so quickly, and you only have a chance because you're able to get this ship that has this jump drive in it. Maybe. I'm thinking about it. It's kind of the part I'm stuck on. That exact part. So I think maybe we need to play this game through to at least the point where the array is announced. And see what we can do here. I think that I need to play this. I need to play the beginning. I need to like really go through this and figure out where my gaps are. Okay, so we start out with our team. Damn, I lost the signal. Are you making anything out of that? I was able to get a fix on the location before losing the signal. Very close. Coordinates 39.08. How would they be all the way out here in the middle of nowhere anyway? It doesn't make sense. Any ideas, Crack? Might be looking for relics. The market for those is quite lucrative. It doesn't matter. The pigs are going to get what's coming to them. I'm approaching the coordinates. I'm detecting a digger and a small contingent of enemy forces. We can totally take them. Light them up. Why do I always let you talk me into these things? I think I think I'm on the verge of an idea of how I can change this, how I can save this, and make it a lot more consistent. Sorry guys, if this stream might be a little different than the previous streams I do, because this one is, most of the streams are like where I already know what I'm gonna do and it's just grinding it out. But this stream is like, I'm having to figure something out, and that's a problem with my story, that if I can figure it out, it'll be a much better story. So I'm just playing my own game to try to kind of figure that out. So let's see. Told you it would be a piece of cake. ESA patrols don't normally come out this far. They must be looking for something specific. There's only one way to find out. Let's go. Managed to dig through the specified coordinates. The team has confirmed what we found in the long-range scans. There's technology of unknown design below the surface. So far, we have been unable to interface with it. We're going to attempt to interface with our system with our assigned android, Cronus 13. We knew it. We found a relic. From the sound of it, quite rare. You mean from the people who used to live here? The Malarians. They were quite advanced. Their downfall is still a mystery. Come on, let's find out for ourselves. The panel should take us to the passage below. Are we ready? Yes. We're ready. Let's do this. What is this place? A door. There has to be a way to get inside. A mining laser. Probably best to leave it alone. Appears they were able to hack into the door using this control panel. Activate. Whoa, what's that? A geodrone. I've never seen one in such good condition. Guys, I don't think this thing is friendly. Wow, that was close. This structure must have been undisturbed for thousands of years. I wonder if it holds any clues about what happened to the Malarians. Whatever the pigs are looking for down here, we can't let them have it. Come on. Let's go. I can't read Malarian. making it cracks. The stone loosely translates as, let our memory live on. Found the inhibitor. We sent it back to Central Command for further study. Cronus 13 has been acting strange after interfacing with the Malarian computer system. The unit might need a memory wipe when we get back to base. It appears the Malarians were destroyed by what they called the Advena. We still don't know who or what they are. Advena. The word loosely translates as alien or foreigner. The ESA team found a device known as the inhibitor. What does it do? If the pigs were looking for it, it can't be good. The android began to act strange. I don't like the sound of this. Stasis chambers, but they're all dead. Oh, I see a problem with the, there's like a background behind them. I need to take that away. They're so well preserved. Their bodies don't rot like most life forms. Instead, they turn to stone. Whoa. I'm gonna fix that really quick. So, let's see. Hey, what's up, One Man Indie? I'm on the verge of, as I was saying, because you just popped in, I said it a little earlier in the stream, but right now I'm kind of at a point where I have a writer's blocks, but I'm on the verge of maybe coming up with the next part or on the verge of coming up with a different explanation for things to work well. So I'm kind of trying to figure that out. So I'm playing the game from the beginning until I run into these problems. So we're just about to get to one of those parts right now. Because Yeah, because I have a problem, and I'm going to turn down the volume here a little bit so I can let you know what it is. So the problem is that you just get into this. We just got into these ruins. There's this device called the inhibitor. It has been taken away by the enemy, and you don't know what it is. It originally what it was, and this is what kind of pops up later in the game as it's currently written, is that this device that was built by an ancient alien race stopped warp travel, or stopped ships from, like, their warp drives from working. So the ESA or the enemies decide, we're going to turn this on and restrict all travel. But I'm thinking that has written me into a hole. It's pigeonholed me to where my options of how to handle that as the story progresses limits what I can do, because you need the warp drive to do a lot of things. So I'm contemplating perhaps that maybe I change the inhibitor so that it does stop warp drive, but it's supposed to go with the super carrier. And what the ESA has done instead is the Zelenov array allows for instantaneous communication, and they suddenly become much more coordinated, and Kern comes into the picture because of that. And that would line up more with the what I have written in the main game so far. So this is the process of them getting that communications array online. And it would make more sense given the fact that the Raven from Origins is the other ship, and also is based on that same technology that allows for the instantaneous communication. So I'm kind of trying to figure it out. So I'm literally like, okay, I need to play my game over again. And here we are. What the hell is going on here? Did the android kill the team? Add Vena. Alien writing. What did it say, Cracks? You speak our tongue. Is this thing a Molarian? Perhaps the memory of one. Alien. 4,270 cycles have passed. Our mission was unsuccessful. The Advana now have the inhibitor. What does this so-called inhibitor do? It was to keep the Advana out of reach. Now all is lost. Firewall re-established. Defensive protocols engaged. Orc terrorist cell detected. Activating automated defenses. We're so screwed. The wires. Aim for the wires. We have to cut the link. Definitely aim for the wires. Or you're probably gonna die. You're going down. The android has been neutralized. What about the Molarian computer system? It's fried. Let's get out of here. I'm ready to go home. Let's bring the android back with us. It might contain useful information. Fine. We have to make sure it won't turn on us later. Don't worry. Gianna should be able to help. Come on. Let's go. I think we've had enough action for one day. So I think it starts strong. I start to run into problems as soon as the Zelenov array comes into the picture. We tried everything, cracks. Maybe it's time to give it up. No, we have a few more things we can try. It's waking up. It's not time yet. These Malarian data files are being extremely stubborn. Go back to sleep, Cronus 13. Yeah. And this part is just establishing the world, whatever. What do you remember, Cronus 13? Awaiting input. Good. It seems to be working. Upload one of the default AIs, Gianna. Understood. Initiating transfer. Well, that's an interesting idea, but I think what I'm going to end up doing, this is just my rough idea, is I think I'm going to make it so that the Zelenov array allows for instant communication rather than blocking the warp drive, and it's a race against time to get to the supercarrier, which the supercarrier is going to have the inhibitor in it. And that is what stops the warp drive, but only within a solar system. So that will end up being the reason why, at the end of the game, why the rebels are able to hold on to the Proxima system, and why the ESA doesn't just go in there and wipe them out, because that ship is the... And it explains why Jack and Mari show up in the main game at Station 11 near Earth to try to get that quantum chip, because they were using the supercarrier, which has that jump drive and the inhibitor to stop warp travel within a proximity of the ship. And yeah, I think that's the angle I'm gonna take with it, and it's a race against time, because if the ESA get the inhibitor operational with the supercarrier, then these rebels on this planet are in deep trouble. And the other component to this supercarrier is that it requires a Malarian consciousness to operate the neural interface. So the fact is that the rebels, you guys, you have the android, and the android has the Malarian code. You know, you'll see it in a minute. Give it a little more personality, Gianna. Okay, how about this one? What happened to me? You were damaged. We brought you back here to be repaired. Were you able to remove the Malarian code, Gianna? And the Malarians, again, are thousands of years old. So, like, this used to be their home planet, but they died out, and nobody knows why. And so this ancient computer code is in this android now. And the android, as soon as the android got that code downloaded, it had killed the whole ESA team that was down there doing, like, the archaeology work. And, yeah. I'm afraid not. However, I was able to implement a strong firewall. It should keep the Malarian code contained. That's what I was afraid of. I don't want this thing turning on us. It's good to be cautious. The potential benefit outweigh the risk. It does have ESA command codes built in. We could definitely use that right now. Are we ready to go? I don't want to miss our scheduled pickup. We were able to restore the android to working order. Good. How about we take it with us? There could be raiders on the way to the rendezvous point. We need every hand we can get. I'm not sure that's a good idea. We still haven't fully tested it to make sure it's okay. Only one way to find out. Cronus 13 is ready to assist. Good. I'll be waiting in the truck. Please don't take too long. Come on. Let's go. Maybe I don't need to say that 4 people joined the party. Okay. I'll think about it. Okay. Here we go. What is this place? Scrap Springs, our home. A place for those who choose to live free. According to official records, a settlement known as Scrap Springs was destroyed. That's what the pigs think. Come on, let's get to the truck. We don't want to leave Soren hanging. So this is like a town, you know, called Scrap Springs. It's basically in the middle of nowhere. And the reason why it's not just instantly attacked is because they have a camouflage field, and it makes it look like the town is destroyed when it's not. Are we ready to go? We don't want to be late. Yes, we are ready. Good. Hop in the truck. Oh, thank you. And see, then you see the cloaking field go, and the town looks like it's totally destroyed as you drive away. No, I really think that when this game is done, that it's going to be something special. I really do. That's why I'm taking a lot more time on it than what I originally intended, because I think Origins was good for 3 months, but it was like really, the feeling I get from playing Origins is that it's very abbreviated. And if I would have spent more time, I still think Origins is better than the main game in its current state, but this has to be the next level up from that. Yeah, and I just want the player to play a really cool sci-fi story that they would otherwise not normally see. You're late. Hey, what's up, D7? Hey, Puru, what's going on? Today's an interesting day on the stream because I was stuck at a certain point in my story with a writer's block type situation of where I had written myself into a corner, but I'm on the verge of figuring out how to get around that and then just punching it into the final stretch as I'm trying to make this game something special. So I'm kind of playing through it on like right now, just to mentally break it down as it's happening, I guess. And instead of normally the streams are kind of like where I'm kind of just grinding it out because I know what I need to do and I just need to do a lot of work. But this stream is different. This today is more like I gotta figure out a problem in my story, and then once I do, I think it'll smooth the rest of it out a lot and really hit. So, I'm hoping anyway. Sorry, thanks. Yeah. I just have to think about it. One Punch Man. Sorry, thanks for waiting for us. If I didn't, I wouldn't get paid. Did you obtain our special order? Of course. I'm sure you'll find the capabilities of the unit to be quite satisfactory. I want to see the merchandise. Sure. T-17. Awaiting instructions, master. Don't worry about the paint job. We had to assemble it from recovered parts. I assure you, the unit is fully functional. Where's my credits? Transferring now. You have a new master now, T-17. Transferring command code. When can we expect the next shipment? I'm afraid this is going to be my last shipment for quite some time. What? Why? You haven't heard? It's all over the news. The ESA has discovered a way to disable all. So here's the first problem. Here's the first problem. The ESA has discovered a way to disable all unauthorized warp travel. That includes guys like me. Continuing to do business under these conditions would be too risky. I've got to go. I'm late. I wish you the best of luck. So we're going to play through this next part that shows that has the newscast and what they're announcing, and then I think I'm going to get to my first thing that I'm going to have to redo, and I think it'll be better as it's redone form. And I'm talking about story mostly. I don't have to like redo the scene or anything like that. I just have to change what's said. So far, there's this inhibitor thing that is supposed to stop warp travel. Currently, I have it where they're building some kind of array and using the inhibitor, but I think I'm going to scrap that and have the inhibitor be more low-key and part of the ship that you get later. But that this array will do something different than stop warp travel. So I'm going to go through it and let's see. I thought we wiped the android's memory. How does it know? The malign code. Perhaps the firewall isn't working. Cronus 13 doesn't seem to be acting strange, though, at least. For now. I've got a bad feeling about this. Come on, let's get back. We have to find out what's going on. So, let's check out what the problem is. It's all over the news. Okay, let's see. Now, when you get close to the city, it shows up as being alive. And you try to go away from it. The cloaking field makes it look like it's destroyed when it's not. That's how this town gets left alone. Okay. What? No. They can't be serious. We have to do something. Shut up. I can't hear the broadcast. Play it again. Zelenoff array nears completion. All unauthorized warp travel to be halted. So I think I'm going to have to change this. This is the Interstellar News Network. I am your host, Byron Williams. It's been 6 weeks since the brutal massacre of Axion 2. Captain Carol Everson of the Novus regime gave the order to irradiate the planet. Her decision marks the day that the Novus regime was willing to use genocide to achieve their goal. Although it appears her methods were deemed too extreme even for the regime, she is currently serving a life sentence at the Wrathguard maximum security prison for war crimes. So this character is from Origins, obviously, and that's not how it went down. But the news says so. So this part is kind of just a little blurb about her, so that it's establishing a timeline to the player, so the player knows that, okay, it's a couple weeks after she got locked up in prison. And if you didn't play Origins, it wouldn't really matter, but it would still be relevant to the story. I'm trying to add, because this game is all one big story. All these games just are supposed to tie in together as one big one. So, in light of this brutal attack on our fellow ESA citizens, in addition to the proliferation of small-scale splinter cell groups across lawless space, ESA Central Command has decided to take bold action. In a prepared statement made earlier today addressing the ongoing threat of terrorism in the Outer Rim, Deputy Director Alice Cromwell, head of Central Intelligence Command, announced a series of actions. These actions will change the very shape of the Outer Rim and lawless space. Citizens of the Alliance, we have experienced great loss with the fall of Axion. We lost our sons, our daughters, our mothers, our fathers. The trauma inflicted on us by the Novus regime will be with us the rest of our lives. We'll never be the same again. It's time to fight back. The line must be drawn here. I present to you the Zelenoff array. The array is the first of its kind, designed to keep our world safe. It will protect Proxima Cluster from any future threats.
The array emits a modulating warp jamming signal. Only vessels which have been approved to travel through the sector will be given the cipher. Areas of lawless space, particularly Proxima Cluster, have become a sanctuary for terrorist groups and black market trade. This chaos will be coming to an end. We are halting all unauthorized warp travel throughout the sector in exactly 1 Earth week. To any so-called freedom fighters, your days are numbered. You have precious little time to return to a more legitimate way of life. Collective efforts must be made for the greater good of the Alliance. We must all do our part to carry the torch of strength, unity, and victory. We understand this announcement may make some of our regional partners somewhat nervous. Fear not. We will be holding a regional summit to negotiate terms. Independent solar states and organizations operating in the region will have a seat at the table. The summit will be held in orbit above Infernis Prime in exactly 1 Earth week. The technology will be demonstrated to the public. The far-flung colony will serve as an example for the bright future we have in mind for the sector. Reinforcements are being sent to the system to ensure the safety of the summit. They will root out any terrorist cells remaining on the planet. May we all protect each other and stand strong in the face of danger. Long life to you all, and long live the Alliance. So here's where you're going to see the Malarian code. This is when the code first shows up. And so I think I'm going to change that. What you just saw, I think I'm going to change that to be that the ESA is that the array is going to allow greater communication with and it will bring us together, as a society. And the player will know, implied from that like the ESA is really going to be ramping up their troops, really going to be ramping up all their stuff in this sector. The conference or whatever it is will be on this planet, so some serious crackdown is about to happen. We can't just let them do this. What choice do we have? We have to contact the others. We have to come up with a plan. Yep, SUV. We have strict orders to maintain radio silence. Any transmission could be detected. If we don't coordinate our efforts, we're dead meat. They're going to wipe us out. What about Echo Base? They are the closest outpost. It wouldn't take long for us to reach them by truck, less than a day. Why not take the Sandhoppers? We could be there in minutes. The ESA will be on high alert. They are sending reinforcements. We have to keep a low profile until we know what we're dealing with. Understood. Then it's settled. We leave immediately. Cronus 13? Now again, Cronus 13 has this ancient alien code in him as the main character. Why are you here? You're in the wrong place. What is this place? The end. There was nothing we could do. All was lost. Identify yourself. Zeron. What is your purpose? Why am I here? You're in the wrong place. Cronus 13 is coming back online momentarily. I just activated a hard reset. I told you all, this thing would be a liability. Cronus 13 is waking up. What happened? You had a system malfunction. The Malarian code resurfaced. Cronus 13 kept repeating the same name, Zeron. The Malarian I saw while I was malfunctioning. What did you see? There was a large room, Malarian architecture. Zeron is standing at the foot of a large window. What was outside the window? some kind of explosion. No sensor readings. The blast radius was consistent with an antimatter explosive device. What did Zeron say? He said I was in the wrong place. And then I came online just now. You were here the whole time. You were just malfunctioning. Cronus 13 was interacting with the Malarian code. Cronus 13, if this happens again, I need you to remember everything you can. There might be something in that code that could help us stop the ESA. Understood. We don't have all day. We need to get to Echo Base. What is the location of Echo Base? To the northwest, approximately 62 kilometers. Come on, let's go. So I think I'm gonna get. I have an idea of what I need to change, but instead of stopping and changing it and then continuing and then stopping and changing it, I'm kind of just wanting to play through as it is and see the part whether I'm overthinking this or whether I'm underthinking this. I guess I'd put it like that. But I think I need to do this at this point. So thanks for. And if you guys have any input too, please feel free to chime in, and thanks for helping me brainstorm this. Let's see here. Uh-oh. What happened here? Help! And his guts are just literally like falling out of him as he's crawling towards you. What happened to you? The pigs. They took us by surprise. Please kill me. And then he dies right there. You don't even have to kill him. He's dead. There must be other survivors. Let's find what we can. Don't move. I thought we captured all the survivors. Eliminate them. This battle track is fun. Let's see. I think Omni Shred is a little too powerful. I think I need to make that attack a little weaker. It took us by surprise. We didn't see it coming. Search for survivors. Get them to the truck. Understood. And that body suddenly moved after the event was over. Heal these guys out. It doesn't work on the Android, so we gotta repair that. Let's see. They broke through. There might be survivors. Let's go. A total bloodbath. A scream. There's not much time.
Error. Compute not possible.
Let's see here. Give us the command codes, or else he's next. Never. As you wish. Monsters. Stop. What? We'll get rid of this guy. Yeah, no, I like it. But the only thing is maybe they wouldn't be that cruel. Although maybe they would, I don't know. Like shooting like a massive gamma beam, you know, at somebody so that they burn alive. You know, that's kind of a little gruesome. Scrap Springs Division? Yes. Commander Lexington is up ahead. We almost didn't make it. Get back to the truck. We're evacuating the survivors. Affirmative. Yeah, war is an ugly thing. That's for sure. Commander Lexington. Cracks, it's been so long. It's good to see you. I wish it was under better circumstances. What happened here? A few days ago we recovered a Malarian data core. It was buried in the ruins to the north. We brought it back for further study, and we still haven't been able to crack it. Whatever's on that core, they want it, badly. We didn't see them coming until it was too late. It turns out we had a spy in our midst. We were ambushed. I knew there was something off about Samson. That little weasel is probably halfway to Moletown by now. We need to evacuate. I'm sure the pigs have more reinforcements incoming. Or coming. I can sense it, the Malarian data core. May I have access to it? Cronus 13 has shown an ability to interface with Malarian tech. It's worth a shot. I don't know, Gianna. It seems pretty risky. I know, but what do we have to lose? Sure. Let the android give it a try. Affirmative. Activating interface. Here we are inside the consciousness again. It's beautiful, isn't it? I wouldn't know. The last sunset, we had no idea. What happened? The end. We've seen it. The explosion, but how? The Advena. We had the power to stop them, but the attack came by surprise. Then in one moment, all was lost. Why did the Advena attack? They sought great power. We stood in their way. We underestimated their strength. That was our undoing. Zeron, we don't have much time. We have interfaced with the Malarian data core. I know, I can sense it. What information does it contain? Let's see. The Mark I Malarian antimatter assault vehicle. I believe your creators would call it a tank. A very old design, long outdated. Maybe outdated for you, but not for us. This storage facility must have been ignored during the attack. It must have been deemed too insignificant. The vehicles and access to the facility are controlled remotely. The data core contains the coordinates and frequency to control the devices. Here, take this. You now have the information. It's not much. It might be enough. These coordinates, it's not far. Thank you, Zeron. Oh, here we go. The data core contains the coordinates and command codes for a group of Malarian assault vehicles. Can we use it? Is your communications array still online? Yes. But we were ordered to maintain strict radio silence. It doesn't matter at this point. Echo Base is toast. But we can still smoke the pigs. Fine. Lexington to all remaining members of Echo Cell. Form up. We're fighting the ESA forces. Squad 1 reporting, quite frankly, sir, this is suicide. Don't worry. We have a plan. No more of us are dying today. I hope you know what you're doing, sir. Have I ever let you down? No, sir. Understood. Forming up. Sending transmission. Activating interface. Yeah, this part is, I think, pretty fine as is. The main problems in my story relate to this inhibitor thing and cutting off warp travel. But instead I'm thinking the array will open up communication with the sector that wasn't there before. And hence, creating a sense of urgency for the rebels who used to kind of be left alone because the ES, this is kind of like a backwater planet, and the ESA doesn't really have a lot of forces out here, but that's going to change, and I think that will create that sense of urgency, but without cutting off the warp travel I need later from some of the other ships or worlds that might be involved in fighting back. They're attacking. I thought we wiped them all out. What the hell are those? Now we gotta take these guys out. Yeah, because there's even a part in the game where you go to the K-Knight homeworld and you know, you foment rebellion there too, and then you need their ships to aid you, but since I cut off warp travel, they can't get to you, so I kind of wrote myself into a trap there. So that's why I'm considering changing it to be a little different. It's still mostly the same. I don't actually have to rewrite a lot. But I just consider it as like, okay, I had no options before, and now I have 4 options of what I can do. You know, like that's kind of. I still have to change some other stuff, but I think I've figured it out. But I'm playing it all. I'm just playing it through because I have to go over this with a fine-tooth comb all over again and figure out exactly what I need to change. Let's see. Yeah, everything dies now. I think I probably should have added that in, but oh well. I'll just fight the battle. difference. Whatever, fuck it. Ooh. Telling me to check Discord, so I guess that's what I'll do. Let's see. Oh, okay. This little thing. Yeah, thanks. I could definitely use this, and it matches the style of the other graphics with the other Malarian graphics. Thanks. I'll add that in as soon as I get to that part. Okay, let's see. Yeah, thanks again for all your work on those Malarian architecture. They will always be remembered. Una stamus, una pugnamus. Together we stand, together we fight. Through life and death. The pigs are going to pay for this. Where do we go from here? We only defeated them because of Cronus 13's ability. There must be more Malarian tech we can find and activate. It'll only be a few days before the ESA cuts off all warp travel. So, that little bit I think is gonna change. But I'm just playing all the way through of what I've got so far to figure out where my plot holes are. I'm sure Samson is sharing everything he knows about us with his alliance masters. All Orc settlements are under threat. We need allies. What do you have in mind? And the Samson bit, I just added him in. This was like last week. I kind of added him in as like the spy who went back to the ESA with all this information, and now you have this sense of urgency that you have to act fast or else it's going to be too late. So who do you have in mind? I used to serve with the K-9 Navy during the last war. No, this is the beginning. This is about an hour in. So no, this is very much the beginning. I used to serve with the K-9 Navy in the last war. I worked with an admiral by the name of Bernard. He carries a lot of sway in the pack. You served in the K-9 Navy? What happened? This is the part where, after the very first part of the game, your settlements are all getting attacked and stuff. So this was a battle in which a lot of people died or whatever, and so now, what do we do now, kind of thing. But it's still very close to the beginning. I left for my own reasons. The Alpha is weak. Commodus leads the K-Knights to an early grave. Bernard sees things as I do. The Alpha will attempt to please the ESA at these negotiations. The K-Knights will lose their independence. Bernard won't stand for that. If I can get Bernard to take action, we can bring the forces of the K-Knight Navy to bear. The only way we can push the ESA back is if we stand together as one force. Do you think the K-Knights will go for it? It seems like a tall order. I have to try. I know where to find Bernard. I'll depart immediately. You might want to move fast. We might not have another choice. Another chance. Sorry. I know it's on the line, Cracks. I'll send a transmission when I have more information. Good hunting. To you as well. What about the rest of us? Hostile energy signature detected at ETA 10 minutes 42 seconds. We should head back to Scrap Springs. There's much to discuss. Let's leave our fallen brothers and sisters in peace now. Okay guys, what's the plan? The story is the same as it is all over the planet. Orc settlements are being targeted and destroyed. Supply lines are being cut off. Bravo and Foxtrot base have gone dark. It's the same pattern as Echo base, burned to the ground. Why don't they just nuke us already? They certainly have the capability. They must want something they think we have, something they can't risk destroying. You think they might be looking for Cronus 13? We all saw the Echo Base. We all saw at Echo Base how Cronus 13 was able to control the Malarian tech. The inhibitor was being taken by the ESA. Was taken by the ESA before we found Cronus 13 in the cave. Maybe they need Cronus 13's Malarian code to activate the thing. A distinct possibility. It might explain why the Zelenoff array hasn't been activated yet. Okay, that's gonna change. So the pigs might just be bluffing? They can't activate their weapon without Cronus? More like a temporary setback. I'm sure they're looking for ways to activate the device without the Malarian code. They're burning down every Orc settlement to find Cronus 13. We can't let them take the android. We have to destroy the array, then the code will do them no good. Unfortunately, Cromwell never mentioned the location of the array. It could be anywhere. We have a more immediate problem on our hands. We have to stop them from wiping out our remaining forces. I have an idea. Cronus 13 was able to activate those Malarian tanks at Echo Base and tip the scales in our favor. There must be more of this technology buried elsewhere. We don't even know where to look. We're out of time. What about Moletown? Moletown, do we have to? That place gives me the creeps. It's not exactly my favorite place either, Murray. Relic hunters from across the sector come to the city in the hopes of finding the big one. The big one. The Malarians were quite advanced. If any relic hunter was able to find something unique, they'd become wealthy overnight. The ESA pays a hefty price for such items. The ESA has chartered countless expeditions in the area. They require all discovered relics to be cataloged and turned over to them. The operations center for the city maintains a massive database. What sort of database? Information on discovered relics, detailed scans, current and future dig sites. It also contains intelligence on us, everything they know of our settlements, troop movements, and more. If we can hack into that database, I'm sure there's something we could use. If we can find and activate the relics, just like we did at Echo Base, we'd stand a chance. Then after we're done finding what we're looking for, we blow the place sky high. They won't even know what hit them. Why are you always trying to blow stuff up, Murray? If we knock out the operations center entirely, their ability to coordinate will be severely compromised. Murray's right. How are we going to pull this off? Operations center is heavily guarded. We could pose as maintenance staff and walk right through the front door. We'll need fake IDs, of course. What happens if we get caught? We all know what happens if we get caught, when we turn into minced synth meat. I know somebody who can get us fake IDs. I don't know how I feel about this. There's a lot that could go wrong with this plan. I know it's risky, but that operations center contains all the information we're looking for, whether that involves activating Malarian tech or slowing down their assaults. I told myself I'd never go to Moletown again, but I think it's our best shot right now. Who's your contact in Moletown? Trade Master Zerkt, a Masadi merchant who specializes in black market goods. He operates heavily in Moletown. The casino he owns is just a front. He owes me a favor. Aren't the Masadi notoriously greedy? Yes, and Zerkt is no exception. What will he expect in return for these fake IDs? I don't know exactly. I'm sure we won't like it. There's only one way to find out. Moletown. If we're going to do this, we better get moving. I'm so tired. We haven't slept in days. I haven't slept for days. Cronus 13 will drive. We'll sleep on the way. Please specify coordinates. Moletown is located around 250 kilometers to the southeast. Just follow the road and you'll find it. Come on, let's go. We don't have any time to lose. Now this part, I thought I did pretty well. Establishing the characters' backstories and all that. I can't sleep, and so it's a way to get to know the characters besides the android, while the android's driving. Because we already know the android story. I can't sleep. Me either. I've got too much on my mind. Maybe if you count backwards from 100 in your head. It's never worked for me. Me either, but it's worth a shot. Geodonians only need to sleep once during our yearly hibernation period. It's a long one, though, anywhere from 2 to 4 Earth weeks. I haven't seen many Geodonians. In fact, I think you're the only one I've met. Our species became nomadic after the loss of our homeworld, Geodan. The supernova occurred in a nearby solar system, destroying our atmosphere. At least that's what my brood cluster told me. I was pretty young at the time. Brood cluster. I guess you could call them my family, although our social and family structure is quite different from the Terrans. Geodonians are a silicon-based life form. We grow from a crystal lattice, absorbing minerals from the surrounding rock and soil. This gives each Geodonian unique characteristics depending on where they were grown. I was chiseled away from my lattice and brought here 200 Earth years ago. We thought what you call Infernis would be a place of peace. For a time it was. This was before my brood cluster even knew of your kind. What happened to them, your brood cluster? They're all dead, all at the hands of the Alliance. I remember the day they arrived. Are they peaceful? Unknown. All we wanted was to coexist in peace. We should have run away. Soon after the arrival, my brood cluster was captured. Very curious. A silicon-based life form that grows as a crystal. I've almost found their resonance frequency. Stop. You're killing us. Just a few more calculations, applying frequency modulation algorithm. Stop! Oh no, I must have miscalculated, shutting it off. Are they all dead? Over here, look, this one seems to have survived. I'm sorry, little guy. I was only trying to find out more about your kind. I think we've learned everything we can from this species. Should I dispose of the creature? No, we still have one more thing left to test. We need to see how this species socializes to our way of life. Take it to the labor camp. The creature should be useful for certain tasks. Yes, sir. I spent my formative years in the mines. There seemed to be no way out. I had more interest in finding patterns and reading relics than what I was told. Hey you, get back to work. I'm sick of these slackers. We're going to miss our quota. The language has a unique pattern. I'm starting to get the basic grasp of the vocabulary. The stone tablet says, "Welcome to Verzaz, City of Light. There used to be a city here. Astonishing." I don't care what the tablet says. That's not your job. Your job is to mine the tunnels as quickly as possible for relics we can sell. The tablet is worthless. Get back to work now. Stand back. Get back to work. Don't make me tell you again. Let go of my gun. What are you all waiting for? Run. Yeah. Sounds good. I never intended to hurt anyone that day. Something inside me just snapped. Whoa, Cracks, I didn't know that's what happened to you. You've been through a lot. I spent the next few years on the run until I linked up with the Coalition. Commander Lexington saw my potential and recruited me. The rest is history. What about you, Murray? How did you end up out here? Actually, we both came out here at the same time. Somehow we managed to stick together through thick and thin. So you two are together. You, gross. Don't be ridiculous. Jack is more like a brother. Our families were part of the crew. Murray and I grew up on the same freighter, an old rust bucket, the Kingfisher. Man, those were the days. Ouch, quit biting me, freak. You pulled my hair. You get what you deserve. How many times did I tell you, Mari, no biting? But Mom, he started it. No, you did, freak. Enough, what's wrong with you kids? Can't you all play nice? Kate, has the cargo been secured? I was just about to beam it on board. Come on, you little firecrackers, out of the way. Are you sure about this, Captain? Weapons? Could land us in a lot of trouble if we get caught. It's the only job I could find right now that will pay. The ship needs a lot of repairs. This is only a one-time thing, I promise. It didn't end up being a one-time thing. The credits were too good for them to pass up. Eventually they were caught. The MatCon scrambler isn't working. Damn it, no. Hands up, step away from the console. Okay, don't shoot. Children aren't permitted on freight runs. And these particle cannons, they're not authorized for civilian use. Weapon smuggling is a highly punishable offense. They're going away for a long time. LNT-A, aptitude score 176. Coordinated entry reassignment, Earth, Solar System. Congratulations, it's a very good score. You may go now. Next. Williams M. Aptitude score 0. Coordinated entry reassignment, Infernis Prime, Infernis System. It's a shame you didn't apply yourself. So much wasted potential. Where's my mom? I don't care about your stupid test. You may go now. I'm not going anywhere until you tell me where my mom went. Security, we have a code orange. Come on, don't make me drag you away kicking and screaming again. No, don't touch me. Where's my mom? Ouch, we have another biter. She's a biter. Jack was just as uncooperative with them as I was. I guess that's why we both sent to the same place. Did you ever find your mom? A few years ago, sort of. I don't want to talk about it. Tell them, Mari. It took me years to find her, all for nothing. Mom, I finally found you. Excuse me, do I know you? Why did you break into my house? Mom, it's me. You don't recognize your own daughter? You must have me mixed up with somebody else. I don't have any children. Mom, come on. Get out of my house. Chuck. Sorry, I'm getting an important phone call. One sec. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. It was an important phone call. Get out of my house, Chuck. Allison, what's wrong? Her name is Kate. She'd never go out with a muscle brain like you. If you're going to insult my husband, you can just leave right now. I already told you, you have me confused with somebody else. How many more times do I have to tell you? I'm not your mom, and I never was. Mom. Chuck, get this crazy person out of our house. She's scaring me. Leave now, or I'll make you leave. The poor girl, she needs help. I'll make sure the lock works next time. Sorry you had to deal with that, hon. The pigs mind wiped her. My mom is dead. All that's left of her is an empty shell. They will pay for what they've done. The ESA saves trillions of credits on incarceration. The dark secret? They turn criminals into productive members of society by giving them a new life. One strictly adherent to Alliance values, of course. They're monsters. It's a punishment worse than death. It's horrible to lose your mom like that. It makes my stomach turn. We've all lost family to them. Maybe it's that shred of loss, the shared loss that brought us together. Yeah, loss and the desire to get back at them for what they did to us. Mark my words, I will have my revenge. We've all got a story. What about you two? Not much to tell. Both Soren and I were raised in Scrap Springs. You mean before I was liberated? I've heard that's quite the story. Is it true your dad was the mayor? The mayor was always more of a nickname. Scrap Springs has always been a small town. More like one big, happy, dysfunctional family. That is until they arrived. We were both pretty young when the men in red first started coming around. Who are they? What do they want, Tyrion? Mom, Dad, I built my first robot. Come check it out. I'll handle this, Janice. Take Gianna back to the house. Come on, Gianna. Show me your robot. What a quaint little settlement you have here. Scrap Springs is an independent colony. We're recognized under the Interstellar Charter of Worlds Treaty. We're not subject to Alliance mandates. That treaty only applies to settlements on worlds not under the direct control of the Alliance government. Administrative control of Infernis and all its settlements was transferred to the Alliance last year. You're under new management now. Dad tried to comply with their demands, but it was never enough. We can't keep going on like this, Tyrion. No matter how much we produce, it's never enough for them. They take it all. When are we going to say enough is enough? They're an empire. We're just one settlement. If we stand up to them, maybe they'll realize it's not worth the trouble. Yeah, they can get lost. This is our home, not theirs. It's time to fight back. The town drew a line in the sand. Where's the latest delivery? I don't see the required cargo. We're done sending any more deliveries. We don't answer to you. Get lost. Please don't tell me you're all this stupid. Leave now, or I'll shoot. By all means, pull the trigger. Seal your fate. Lose everything. This is your last warning. You wouldn't dare. What have I done? Get out of here. Go back to where you came from. Leave us alone. They shot the commander. Fall back. This isn't over. You've all made a grave mistake today. Leave. This is nothing to celebrate. They'll be back. For a few weeks, they were gone. Then one night, they came. Burn it all to the ground. We'll show them what a renegade settlement looks like. Don't shoot. I surrender. Light them up. They're coming. Hide. I'll distract them. Hey, you, over here. You went this way. What about this house? No time. Toss a plasma grenade and be done with it. The door is blocked. Mama, I'm scared. Gianna, get under the table. Help. Everything after that night is a blur. I almost died. My mom didn't make it. Dad was never the same after that. With the ocular implants I just installed, Gianna has regained her eyesight. She's no longer blind. Looks like most children who've had to go through something like this, it will take her time to adjust to her new reality. Daddy. Gianna, it's all my fault. Dad blamed himself for what happened to me and Mom. Do you blame him? Of course not. Dad thought that if he hadn't shot the guy that this would have never happened, but if the ESA just left us alone, nothing would have happened in the first place. Dad became obsessed with rebuilding the town, but he knew that the men in red would be back unless he got creative. Mayor Tyrion faked the town's death. A camouflage field. All they would see on their sensors is a destroyed settlement with high levels of radiation. The plan worked. It bought us some time. We had a few good years. Dad linked up with the Orc cells. That's how we met Commander Lexington. Wanted to make it up to the town for all the damage he had that had been caused, that he saw as his fault and his responsibility. Dad began taking on high-risk assignments. One day he said he had a job in Mole Town and that he'd be back in a few days. I never saw him again. Did you ever find out what happened to him? The record shows he was killed in a raid attempting to free some prisoners. Even hearing the name Mole Town brings back bad memories. Speaking of which, are we there yet? We should be getting pretty close now. Now we're at Mole Town. Here we are, Old Town. The air, it hurts my lungs. The smog is so thick I can't even see the sun. The city is the center of industry and relic processing on Infernis. As a result, the air and water are quite polluted, though indoor areas typically have high quality recycled air. Let's find the casino and be done with this place. Don't do anything stupid or you will regret it. somebody's got to enforce the rules around here. It might as well be me. No cheating. Conky Donger strong. The Dong will crush you. Game starts. Let's see. Blackjack. Here to see Zert. It's urgent. Do you have an appointment? Appointment? You never needed an appointment before. Times are tough. Zert is a busy man. If we make an appointment now, how long will it take? Anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks. Weeks? We don't have that kind of time. There is one way we can move you to the front of the line. How? Zert will meet with potential clients without an appointment for a price. If you pay a fee of 100,000 credits, you can meet with Zert today. 100,000 credits? We don't have that kind of money. That's your problem, not mine. Maybe try your luck at the casino. You might win big. Rats have become a real problem in the last few months. They're everywhere. I'll pay $250 for every dead rat you can bring me. Looks like you have 5 rats in your possession. I'll take them off your hands for $12.50. Would you like to sell your rats? No. overheard you speaking to Grognard about the rats. I can get you in touch with a breeder. You'll make a lot more credits that way. A breeder? You mean for the rats? Yeah. What else would I be talking about? What's the point in Grognard paying us to get rid of rats if you're just breeding more? Look, I know you're trying to Caesar. Charging 100,000 credits for an appointment is highway robbery. Think of me as Robin Hood. I'm just giving the credits back to the people. Bring me the rats instead, and for every rat of breeding age, I will give you 3 rats that are just past their prime. Grognard won't know the difference. You'll make more credits, and I'll be able to greatly expand my operations. Come back to me when you've caught some rats. Looks like you have 11 rats. Would you like to trade your 11 rats for 33 old rats? One day my rats will rule this city. Pleasure doing business with you. It's a good way to get some money. Since there's no consequences for it currently, I'll take out the loan. Probably... Yep. I'll take just what I need. Favors, or who's interrupting me during my meditation? Is this what you call meditation? You may leave now, ladies. sneak into the city's operations center. You got to be kidding. I'm afraid not. What do you plan to do? None of your business. It is my business. The casino isn't enough for me to survive on. I want the Alliance gone just as much as your little terrorist cell. Terrorist cell? We need access to the command center's relic database or people are dying out there. Can you get us the IDs or not, sir? We're going to need more than IDs. That particular database is heavily encrypted. Normally it wouldn't be a problem, but what? My associate, Relnor, he fabricates my IDs. He's also the only one I know of that can help you with your encryption problem. Unfortunately, he's in a coma. What? How? He was in the middle of an operation when we lost all contact. He's lost in cyberspace. Maybe he's still alive. Maybe you could find him. I'm guessing none of you have a terminal implant. They don't come cheap. You do have that android, though. That could work. If you can find Relnor and complete the operation, all of us can win. What is the operation? It might be risky. What do you need us to do, Zerg? Zerg Enterprises has a very diverse business portfolio. Unfortunately, some of our divisions have run into some inconvenient laws and regulations. What are you getting at, Zerg? Some of our accounts were recently frozen by the Bank of the Alliance. Relnor was transferring the funds when we lost all contact. I want those credits returned to me. I want you to find Relnor and complete the operation. Bank of the Alliance, account number 117-850-233. The sum is over 43 million credits. What you're suggesting we do is a serious crime. If we get caught, they'll put us away for life. It's a risk, but if you want those IDs, wouldn't this be easily traceable with so many credits being transferred at once? Take this credit laundering algorithm. It will transfer the credits as small transactions across millions of accounts. They'll be virtually untraceable. Okay, so we'll do it. Excellent. I'll be waiting for the funds to hit my account. Until then, I have important business to attend to. I'm a very busy man. Ladies, let's get back to work. Come on, let's find the Bank of Alliance and get this over with. That the guard keeps going further to the right. I don't feel like working on it right now. Interface, it's different. Are there any countermeasures in detecting multiple automated defense protocols? The combiner that to have 26.2% increased probability of success. We must find the one designated as Relnor. Over 1 trillion credits. What could they possibly be doing with that kind of money? I have to check this out. Trapped here for days. My body must be falling apart. What happened to you? Malarian. Thought all of you were extinct. Zerk sent us to find you. We need your services. Glad to help, assuming you can get me out of this place alive. How'd you end up in this situation? I came only to make a simple credit transfer to Zerk's account, but I found something else. Something I couldn't let go. A 1 trillion credit transfer was made to the Interstellar Supply Corporation, all for the excavation of one relic. No contract that large has been awarded for a single relic excavation. The ISC has never done business on Infernis before. Chief Director Kern is chairman of their board. This goes straight to the top. Kern. That's right. You're extinct. You must be really out of the loop. Head of state of the Earth Systems Alliance. Since the occupation, they've brought nothing but trouble. The Advena. Advena? What? In any any case, if Kern is involved, it must be big. I was deactivating the last firewall when I became trapped here. The controls are elsewhere. The terminal just behind me was a trap. I'll unlock the remote terminal from here, but it must be activated at the source. Find the other terminal, get me out of here. Finally, some answers. Transferring the credits to Zerk's account. Now, to get a look at that other account. Here it is. The contract is for a dig in the Virago Valley. It's not far from Voltown. Are you able to access information on what's being excavated? One moment. Damn. Level 9 threat detected. Quarantine protocol activated. Place where it doesn't belong. Shit. It's really him. A Malarian. What an unexpected surprise. Milnor, get us out of here. Cronus 13, are you there? Did it work? We found Relnor. The transfer was a success. Zeron, he was there too. Somehow he was able to interact with the virtual environment. So we're good to go? No. We have a bigger problem. We encountered Kern. What? You mean that Kern? There was another account, a trillion credit transfer. A dig in the Virago Valley. Whatever's out there, it's big. We're going to talk about this in a more private setting. We don't want to draw further attention to ourselves. We've been at this bank terminal long enough. Let's get back to Zerd. Affirmative. Excellent. I got my credits back. Where's Relnor? I'm afraid he didn't make it. There was too much neurological damage. He didn't reintegrate. Then we're shit out of luck? I didn't say that. Some of Relnor remains. What do you mean, some of him? We were able to save his avatar. His memories were preserved. We'll need a suitable host to make the transfer. I'll take his avatar. I don't know, guys. Cronus 13 already has one guest floating around in there. Can it handle two? Cronus 13 has plenty of memory capacity, enough for several of these avatars. However, doing so increases the chances of unpredictable behavior from the android. That's what I was afraid of. I need to know what Kern didn't want us to find for the Virago Valley. Information on the dig must be stored in the command center's database. I want to attract that kind of attention. What if he finds out I helped your little terrorist group? I'd be ruined. Maybe you shouldn't have bitten off more than you could chew, little piggy. The fact remains that we need those IDs and we need Relnor's decryption skills if we're going to have a chance of accessing the database. With the operations center out of the way, it will take them time to regroup. Then we make a mad dash for whatever this Malarian relic is in the Virago Valley. People are dying out there. I don't think we have a lot of good options. Hopefully this isn't a wild goose chase. Deactivate the android. We'll begin the transfer. After this, our business is concluded. Doing business with you all has become far too risky, even for me. For the record, I hope you succeed. Their cut is way too high. Makes it hard to run an honest business. Yeah, sure. Honest business. Cronus 13, go to sleep now. We'll wake you up when we reintegrated your neural net. Affirmative. Initializing sleep mode. Where am I? Last thing I remember is escaping from Kern. You didn't make it in time. Your body is dead. They were able to preserve your avatar. What? I'm really dead? No. I offered to host your avatar. I think this place is me. And I guess Zeron as well. We must be inside your neural net. I guess that means I'm stuck with you. What's happening right now? My systems are undergoing a diagnostic startup routine. They must have completed the transfer. I'm waking up. Transfer successful. Cronus 13 is coming back online momentarily. Diagnostic self-check. Processing. Are you sure we didn't screw it up? No. But let's give Cronus 13 a minute. All systems nominal. I told you all we had nothing to worry about. Cronus 13, do you have Relnor's memories? Access. Affirmative. We need to get into Moletown's operations center. Can you get us inside? One moment. May I access the controls? Yes, of course. Applying template, fabricating clearance level, transposing physical appearance, modifying DNA signature. Our IDs have been created. We've taken on the identity of a mainframe maintenance crew. We will be able to enter the facility, but not sure how long it will fool them. We have a 64.8% chance of being discovered. We'll just have to fight our way through. We don't have time to waste. Let's get moving. If there's 7 of you, it must be pretty serious. My diagnostic panel is showing the mainframe to be in perfect working order. I need to check with my supervisor. Wait, that's the problem. The diagnostic sensor is out of whack. It will show as working even if there's a serious problem. Your supervisor will be unaware of the issue. We received the work order only a few minutes ago. I'm sorry, I'll still need to check with my supervisor for approval. Employee 117 to Supervisor 21. There's a maintenance crew here to fix something with the mainframe. My readout is showing that there's no problem. Okay. Understood. You may proceed. But before you begin work, management would like to have a word with you. They want the invoice number, who requested the work, and they need to confirm their credentials. Report to management on floor 18. Certainly we can't go to floor 18. We'll be discovered immediately when they double check our credentials. Cronus 13, what floor is the mainframe located on? Floor B7. I say we should go straight to floor B7. This isn't going to be easy. Are we sure we want to do this? The only way we're going to have a chance is if we can get to that information. I'm not so worried about us getting in there, but how are we going to get out? Cross that bridge when we come to it. Come on, let's go. Hurry, Cronus 13. We don't have much time for today. Where are we? We're inside the Moltalon Operations Center mainframe. Really? In my past life, I would have killed to gain access to this kind of information. We don't have much time. Let's gather any relevant data we can. Time will be different. We'll stop this before it starts. Now that we possess the inhibitor, they'll be cut off from their lifeline. They'll never be able to take root. We must execute the Chief Director's plan to prevent the war. Our very existence is on the line. We must prevent the purge at all costs. The purge. Stop this before it starts. What is she referring to? After all these years, we found it. It's protected by a cloaking field. Even now, our sensors detect nothing. Will it work? Preliminary results from the experiment seem to support the Chief Director's hypothesis. The ship is indeed connected to the other relics using an unknown carrier wave. Excellent. Begin the excavation immediately. Yes, Chief Director. It survived. What is it? A prototype vessel. A ship? What makes it so special? In concert with the inhibitor, it was built to stop the Advena. Who are these Advena anyway? Beings displaced from their natural time and place. Accessing coordinates. Coordinates acquired. We've been unable to activate the ship. It requires a Malarian consciousness. That was supposed to be taken care of. I apologize, Chief Director. Our excavation team came under attack among rebels. We were able to retrieve the inhibitor, but we lost the android. Unacceptable. Shall we eliminate all known orc settlements from orbit? A few tactical antimatter charges should make quick work of them. No, we need the android intact. Do this the old-fashioned way. Burn every orc settlement to the ground until you find the android. Leave no stone unturned. We cannot allow such a dangerous tool to remain in the hands of the rebels. Understood, Chief Director. Malarian consciousness, lost android. Are they referring to us? The prototype uses a neural interface that was designed only for a Malarian consciousness. Are you saying that you'd be able to activate the ship? I believe so. Look. We know the location of all orc settlements on the map. Then why haven't they destroyed them? Appears the majority of their forces are preoccupied with guarding the ship. According to this data, Scrap Springs is next on the list. We have to warn the others. No one can stand in our way. Activating the let-off array. The future is ours. There's a let-off array. Is that the thing that shut down warp travel throughout the sector? How does it work? Using the inhibitor. Doesn't the inhibitor do this on its own? It was only designed for one planetary system, ours. By using this array, they have enhanced the device, covering the range of the entire sector. Yeah. The array is located in the Proxima star system, orbiting the moon of the third planet. Let's move on. We don't have much time. You outdid yourself this time, Thraxton. It looks so warm and inviting. We made sure to get every detail just right. The representatives will believe the upcoming conference is genuine. Once we have them all in one place, we'll have a nice surprise waiting for them. The attack will be blamed on the Coalition. The Outer Rim will be begging us to keep them warm and safe. The Coalition will never rise to be a serious force in the sector. The war will be prevented. The purge will be stopped. Countless lives will be saved. We'll be in control. This time, it will be different. They're planning to attack their own conference, blaming the attack on the Outer Rim Coalition. They mention a war that hasn't occurred yet, and they speak of it as if they've already seen it. What's going on here? They use time as a weapon. They stop those who will rise to challenge their power, whether they realize or not. They are agents of the Adventa. We're so close to stopping them, all is lost. We were so close to stopping them. Not all was lost. We have to find the ship. They won't be able to activate it without you. There's still a chance, no matter how small. Why are they doing all of this? Insufficient information at the present time. We got what we came for. Let's get out of here. Found you. You won't be getting away this time. The last Malari. I need what you have. I'll never help you. I'm afraid you'll have no choice in it.
System malfunction, death overload.
You're mine, Malarian. What secrets does the last Malarian hold? Let's see. Yes, I can feel it. Zeron's being decompiled. What was once yours is mine. No. The Malarians, I see them so clearly now. Their memory lives on through me. What? A data lock. Cronus 13, get us out of here. We can't hold him out for Crotus 13, are you okay? Did you find anything? Affirmative. What did you find? What's going on in the Morago Valley? They're excavating a powerful Malarian prototype vessel. It survived their downfall. However, they've been unable to activate it. It can only be activated by Malarian consciousness. In other words, a Malarian stuck in your head. Zeron, you can activate this ship? Affirmative. Well, we now have a serious chance to fight that. Do we know why they're doing all of this? Why here? Why now? They were trying to prevent a war in something they call the Purge. They spoke of it as if they've already seen it. They said Outer Rim Coalition was the cause. That's ridiculous. Our forces are nothing compared to them. We don't even have a unified fighting force. The pigs have spread our forces pretty thin. Apparently that will not always be the case. They feared the rise of the Outer Rim Coalition. They had the location of every orc settlement on Infernis. Scrap Springs is next on the list. It's in grave danger. If they know the location of every orc settlement, why haven't they bombed them all? The cloaking field was supposed to keep us safe. They were looking for a lost android containing a Malarian consciousness. They don't want to damage it. In other words, you. They ordered their forces to use more conventional means to find the android, burning every settlement to the ground. That's what happened to Echo Base. All over this Zeron thing in your head, we ran into another problem, Kern. He found us. He copied and decompiled Zeron's program, absorbing it into himself. He now has the knowledge of the Malarians and Zeron. That means he can activate the ship. This is a disaster. You just handed it over to him on a silver platter. You encountered Kern in cyberspace, but Kern isn't on Infernis, he's on Earth. We still have a chance, but we have to act fast. He's coming. Anomalous activity detected. Unauthorized access. Initiating security protocol. We've been discovered. Let's split. Level 9 threat detected.
System malfunction, death overload.
how we're going to get out of here. Remotely activating one of the sandhoppers. It should only be a few minutes. Want to just get shot down by their air defenses? Not if we create a distraction. Cronus 13, use the mainframe terminal. Send out a signal on every ESA carrier we wave at once. Bury them in their own communications signal that will create chaos. Affirmative. Enemy communications jam. The jamming will only be temporary. Let's take this place out for good. Setting the charges. Charges set. There's no way we're going to be able to leave through the front door. We have to get to the roof. Let's go. We only have a few minutes before we're involuntarily cremated. Involuntarily cremated. Oh. Now let's learn some skills. Laser pistols. Battle background for this area. Okay, I'm getting another phone call. Alright, I'm back. Our ride should be here momentarily. Stop. Cromwell. That android is the property of the Alliance government. Return the unit now. Screw you. How rude. You don't know all the trouble you've caused, will cause. The death of us all. That will be your doing unless you're stopped. Back off, bitch. This place is about to blow sky high. I guess I'll have to take this into my own hands. This goes deeper than you realize. Relinquish the android and we'll spare your lives.
I never thought I'd be the meal.
Get out of here now. This place is about to blow. If I can't have you, nobody can. What? Electronic gamma augmentation. At metal. 0. Cronus 13 is being scrambled. T-17, use your grab hook, hurry. Knowledge. Cronus 13 continues to be unresponsive. That woman, Cromwell, did this. My essence remains intact, but this place is so broken. Cronus 13, wake up. Don't tell me I'm stuck here forever. I will create a bridge between myself and what remains. Did it work? Unknown. Error. Neural network degradation, 86%. Emergency backup, subroutine, inaccessible. Cronus 13 doesn't sound too good. The unit's essence is shattered. I will do what I can. Self-repair protocols offline, ready to receive additional input. We will attempt to repair the damage together. Come with us, Cronus 13. Affirmative. What is being displayed? A ship? 4285 solar cycles ago, the day we discovered the source of the disturbances. Disturbances? Our instruments detected disturbances in space-time throughout the sector. They continued to increase in size and frequency. Vessels were sent to investigate. At each location, a planet torn asunder. All had evidence of past civilization. This vessel was found leaving the orbit of one of the planets. It was of unknown configuration. Raven? The ship had a Terran designation? Processing. As quickly as the vessel appeared on our instruments, it was gone. 4285 years ago, Terrans were not capable of interstellar travel. Evidence of temporal distortions was present. Processing. The quantum signature of the vessel led us to a distant star system. The third planet contained a diverse ecosystem, although the people living there were at a primitive level of development. We concluded the vessel was a serious threat, and not from our time and place. All these worlds were destroyed with no memory of who once inhabited them. My people feared we would be next to suffer the same fate. Our earliest legends describe gods who wielded time as a weapon. Their one's future and one's past were destroyed at once. We thought these were just ancient stories until we found one of their artifacts. The stone described a great war in which these beings destroyed themselves. They called themselves the Advana. A small faction of these beings attempted to stop the chaos. The artifact allowed us to see the effects of these weapons and, in time, counteract them. The Advana failed to prevent their own destruction. Their research was nearly complete before they met their demise. We picked up where they left off. Our people attempted to finish their research. The inhibitor showed promise in preventing these distortions. Not only could the device prevent the distortions in space-time, in theory it could inhibit the warp-based propulsion of the vessel as well. The plan was devised. We were going to capture the vessel if possible and destroy it if necessary. Construction began on the supercarrier. It was to be equipped with the inhibitor. With the high energy capacity of the supercarrier, it was equipped with our most advanced form of jump drive propulsion. The vessel would have the ability to jump to any star system throughout the sector in the blink of an eye. However, we were too late. I will never forget that fateful day when all seemed lost. The day I lost my beloved Zolina. It's gone. Everything is gone. We don't have time to mourn, Zeron. The radiation is already reaching deadly levels. We must get to the stasis pods. Processing. The Advena had the ability to use time as a weapon. Then one of these weapons came into the possession of the Terrans. Why are they doing this? There's no telling how much damage they've done. The vessel has a Terran designation, however, it has an unknown configuration. It does not match the design profile of any ESA ship on record. Wait a minute, I know where I've seen a ship like this before. On the news, that Novus Federation captain, what was her name? Carol Everson. The one responsible for the Raxion massacre. The news claimed it was a Novus prototype vessel, the Dauntless, although it doesn't seem to match the design profile of their ships either. Her trial, Everson maintained her innocence. She claimed to be from an alternate reality. Most thought she was delusional, unable to cope with the guilt of what she'd done. Maybe she was telling the truth. If this is the case, it explains why the ESA wanted to acquire the inhibitor, as well as the supercarrier. It wasn't just about stopping black market trade and terrorism, it was bigger than that. If they managed to get that supercarrier operational, we're dead meat. That woman, Cromwell, she was afraid of what the Outer Rim Coalition would become in the future. We must tell the others, Kern now has the knowledge of the Valarians. He is now capable of activating the supercarrier. We have to get to it before he does, otherwise they'll be unstoppable. Neural network restoration 82.5%. Emergency backup subroutine active. Does that mean we can wake up now? Affirmative. Initiating wake up protocol. And now the game shifts gears entirely to a different planet that gets involved. Hey, Bully Roo, what's up? This is the K-Night Broadcasting Network. I'm your host, Skip Cooper. The outer rim planet of Infernis Prime was rocked with explosions just hours ago. A small group of insurgents managed to infiltrate the planet's control center. They used forged IDs to enter the facility. Once they had access, they were able to set antimatter charges, destroying the facility. Here you can see the brutal footage captured of the incident. The fake IDs were traced back to the source, Zerk's Casino and Adult Entertainment. The owner faces over a dozen charges. Includes credit laundering, fraud, and conspiracy to commit terrorism. I'm innocent. They pointed a gun to my head. They made me do it. I'm just a small business owner. Zerk is facing up to 30 years in prison for his crime as a terrorist who committed the brutal act and still at large. Attacks on ESA facilities have increased since the announcement of this law. The array will inhibit all unauthorized work travel. This will cut the insurgents off from their lifeline. Seem to be making one last stand before their inevitable defeat. The Alliance government is holding a summit in 3 days to discuss the terms of the passage. Although some fear the new restrictions will negatively impact the K-Knights. Many K-Knights died securing their independence from the ESA. No K-Knight wants to go back to being their lapdogs again. The Alpha made a statement earlier today regarding the upcoming conference. The upcoming conference gives us a golden opportunity to heal old wounds. As an old enemy becomes a friend, we are at the dawn of peace in our time. Let us hold hands with the great powers of the galaxy, friendship, cooperation, and love. May we walk together toward our shared destiny as one people, one path. Holding hands with love toward the Alliance and peace in our time. Is a better world possible? What do you think? Well, what I did with that, the way that I did that was I just grabbed the character set files one by one and just put just made a bunch of characters, and then what I did was I copied like a cluster of 10, and then I changed the hue and made it a cluster of 20, and then took the cluster of 10 and 20, and then copy them again, like duplicate them as layers in Photoshop, and then just did a bunch. I did like 20, and then I did a copy of that and like flipped them backwards and put them on top of each other so that it didn't look like the same group of people. If you look carefully, you will see some copies of the same people, though. What do I think? I think the Alpha's lost what's left of his mind. The only thing the ESA can be trusted with is stabbing us in the back. They must be stopped. I know Admiral Bernard well. Argus, there's no guarantees. I told you I'd set up a meeting, that's it. While the Admiral believes, as you do, about the Alpha's ability to lead, he has retired from active service. He has expressed no interest in taking action. I've served with him for years, Odin. Trust me, once he hears what I have to say, he won't refuse. What would that be, exactly? There's more to this story than it seems. As the Lenov array comes online in 3 days, it's not an unstoppable innovation. The array is based on technology acquired from beneath the surface of Infernis, from an ancient civilization known as the Malarians. Yeah, so what? Why would the Admiral care? Currently, the ESA only has the original device, known as the inhibitor. In time, they will be able to replicate the device. This would be a disaster. Travel through the entire quadrant would be controlled by them. Thousands of worlds would be under their thumb, including Canis Prime. We only have 3 days to stop this before it starts. Once that array comes online, it will be too late. The Alpha is a naive fool. He should be getting a battle fleet together, not holding hands with our enemy. Canis Prime has changed since you've been away, Argus. Many Canites agree with the Alpha's course of action. Do you? Of course not, otherwise I wouldn't be helping you. But memories of the war are long past. Canis Prime has grown prosperous and peaceful over the years. Our people don't want to lose what we've gained. If we don't stop them in time, we'll lose everything. Hungry? Tonight's meal is aged Trellian eel steak, raw and chilled to perfection. I'm not hungry, thank you. Okay, if you need anything, let me know. How much longer is this flight going to take? We're running out of time. Only a few more hours. We're almost home. Destination Canis Prime orbit established. Finally. Matcon E encryption key acquired. Uplink established. Initiating Matcon transport sections 1 through 3. We're here to meet a friend. Has she already arrived? Is that your friend? That's her, thank you. Serena. Argus. It's been a long time. I assume Odin is here to help set up a meeting with the Admiral. That's right. Although I have my doubts the Admiral will be willing to take the proposed course of action. On the contrary, I believe he will be compelled to act. After he discovers the truth, he won't be able to turn away. What did you find, Serena? The ties between the Alpha and the ESA government go much deeper than we thought. What? How? The current Alpha came to power after our liberator, Kronos the Great, died of natural causes, correct? Of course, everyone knows that. Kronos the Great didn't die of natural causes. He was poisoned. What? I received a leaked copy of the autopsy report from someone in the Alpha's inner circle. With a little arm twisting, I was able to verify the authenticity of the report. That's very suspicious, although it does not prove that the current Alpha was complicit. Perhaps not. But that's not all I found. Credit payments were made to the Alpha's personal account with regular frequency. He quickly became quite wealthy. The transactions began only 2 weeks after Kronos perished. I traced to a bank known to funnel ESA bribes to border worlds. This was around the same time Admiral Bernard was edged out of the Alpha's inner circle. Previously, he had been one of Kronos' most trusted advisors. So the Alpha isn't just weak, he willingly aids our enemies. This is treason. We have to find him. We have to stop this, we have to find him. After learning what I know about the Alpha, I feel compelled to help. How do we get to the Admiral? Admiral Bernard lives in a cabin on Stone Mountain to the north. These days he prefers to live in solitude. We don't have any time to waste. Let's go. Old drones from the war haunt the mountain, and local wildlife poses a significant risk. Make sure you're well equipped before we set out. Anyone home? No answer. Admiral Bernard, sir. I guess nobody's home. I didn't come all this way here for nothing. What are you doing? Hacking the lock. Admiral Bernard? How dare you break into my home? I'm sorry, sir, it's important. Argus Lexington, I remember you. It's been a long time. Good to see you again, Admiral. I wish it was under better circumstances. The last I heard, you went off to fight the Alliance on that dreary Outer Rim colony. Infernis Prime, that's what I came to talk to you about. I heard about the Zelenov array. It's all over the news. Such technology in the hands of the ESA leaves thousands of world at their mercy. They'll surely build more of these things. Proxima Sector is just the beginning. Everything we fought for, all for nothing. No, there's still a chance, Admiral. The ESA didn't create the device. What? Then who did? The array amplifies a device known as the inhibitor. It was found under the surface of Infernis. It was created by an extinct species who once inhabited the planet. They possess only a single device. The conference the ESA is hosting in 3 days is a sham designed to achieve concessions from over 100 Outer Rim worlds without firing a single shot. With an Alpha who's all too willing to concede. We need to get the battle fleet together. If the device is activated, it'll be too late. Canis Majora will be next. Even if we wanted to help, I'm retired. I'm afraid I have no fleet to command. Surely you must have some pull, sir. A year ago, maybe. But now... Admiral, I know you were close to Kronos. You also publicly opposed the installment of the current Alpha. Kronos and his leadership as Alpha has freed us from ESA oppression. His reforms after the war led to a stable and prosperous Infernis Prime we see today. If the Alpha continues his current path, much of the progress under Kronos will be undone. I had to retire. I was not willing to play any part in it. Kronos died too soon, if only his health had not failed him, Admiral. Kronos didn't die of natural causes, he was poisoned. Then Commodus was installed as Alpha. He soon became quite wealthy. Of course, Commodus claims the credits came from legitimate investments. The records I've obtained suggest otherwise. How did you acquire this information? Is it verifiable? A senior official inside the Alpha's inner circle. Yes, it's absolutely verifiable. A mongrel. He sells out the pack for his owner. He has to be stopped, Admiral. Once this information is revealed, the Alpha will not be able to maintain control. We're talking about a coup d'etat. Who knows what the outcome would be? The Alpha could be replaced with a more favorable faction. We might get our fleet. Or there could be a war of succession with no clear Alpha. The ESA is involved. There's no telling what contingency plans they have for something like this. We can't release this information on an open channel. It will be immediately disregarded as a conspiracy theory and seen by no one. What about your contact within the Alpha's inner circle, Serena? Who is it? Tiberius Fox, director of the Canine Intelligence Bureau. Is he willing to come forward publicly? I don't know. He knows something needs to be done, but he has no idea what will happen if such information is revealed publicly. He's afraid it will lead to a civil war. This is bigger than Canis. If revealing the crimes of the Alpha causes a civil war, so be it. Don't take this lightly, Argus. If that happens, many could die. They already have, and many more will. They can die being held down without a chance, or they can die standing strong. I don't take this lightly, Admiral. How are we going to pull this off? Where do we even begin? I have an idea. The Independence Day Festival is tonight. The Alpha will be holding a celebration in the capital in accordance with tradition. The event will be streamed live from the Alpha's Grand Palace. It is customary for the Alpha to speak regarding the status of the pack. We have to reveal the falsehoods of the Alpha publicly from a stream that won't be shut down. Millions of Canites will be watching from Canis at the colonies. What's the plan, Admiral? Many senior officials within the pack will be in attendance, including Director Fox. We must convince him to help us. We must gain physical access to the Palace's live data feed. We'll need a senior level access code. Director Fox was uneasy last time I spoke to him. He might not be willing to do this. If he provides his access code, he'll be exposed. Let's say that he decides to help us, then what? While the speech is being streamed, we need to release the evidence on the Canite Cybernet. The evidence must be released from the Palace's live data feed. Everyone who's watching will see the evidence displayed on their screen. So you're saying that while the Alpha is giving his speech, we have to find a way to release the evidence from the Palace's live feed. By the time they stop the feed, it will be too late. The facts will be there for everyone to see, clear as day. Then all hell breaks loose. Let's get this over with. Cerberus 7, come. Trixus. Yes. Attend to the animals while I'm gone. I don't know for sure how long I'll be gone, okay? Affirmative. Let's head to the capital. The festival starts in a few hours. We don't want to be late. That hike always takes it out of me. We're all tired, but time is not on our side. Let's get to Kronos. Capital. It's so different from what I remember. Kronos is a beautiful city named after the Alpha who built it from the ground up. Let's make our way to the Grand Palace. I hear music. We're in the basement of the palace. The Alpha must have started the celebration. Our first objective is to find Director Fox. Timing has to be just right, otherwise information lockdown protocols will be implemented. If that happens, we have come all this way for nothing. The uplink must be established just as the Alpha is giving his speech. Easier said than done, even if Director Fox decides to help us. I'm sure wherever this uplink is located, it's heavily guarded. What happens after the speech? Your guess is as good as mine. There's a lot that could go wrong here. If we're lucky, there will be a short war of succession and a new Alpha will be established within hours. If there's no clear victor, then the conflict would drag out indefinitely. After the speech, I will contact the other admirals to convince them to unite under one banner. You mean yours? I have no desire to be Alpha, but I will do whatever it takes to secure the future of the Canite Pack. That will be my message to the other admirals. Failure is not an option. This is bigger than Canis. The fate of the entire sector rests on the actions we take today. That's a lot of pressure. Believe me, I know. Come on, let's do this. celebrations being held. Director Fox must be around here somewhere. You mind going somewhere else? I'm in the middle of something. Happy Independence Day, Director Fox. Serena, it was not wise of you to come here. I see you brought friends. This is not what we agreed to. I had to. You need your help. Once we explain, you'll understand. I've already helped enough. There's nothing more I can do. Excuse me, Director Fox. This is bigger than you think. You're yelling. Are you sure you want to draw attention to yourself? I'm sorry, but this is urgent. We still have about an hour before the author gives his speech. Come with me. If what you say about this inhibitor is true, then we're all in grave danger. Now that you know how high the stakes are, you have to help us. All I have is information. If it's released publicly, it means a canine civil war. It would no longer be one pack, one family. There's no guarantee that the result would be better than what we have currently. At least right now, there's relative peace and harmony. You may have peace right now, but not tomorrow. The price is too damn high. A long and drawn-out civil war would only destroy everything the pack has built over the years. If we do this, how do we prevent unnecessary bloodshed? That's where Admiral Bernard comes in. If there's a succession crisis, he has the clout and influence to unite the sub-packs under one banner. Omega Pack and Sigma Pack aren't going to be a problem. I served with them for years. Beta Pack could be a problem. They are loyal to the current regime. Gamma Pack and Epsilon Pack will follow whoever comes out on top. Delta Pack is the wild card. They have a history of staying out of the fighting until they see an opportunity to take control. It's a risk, but we have to do this. The fate of the Pack's future is on the line. Okay, what do you need me to do? We need to gain physical access to the palace's live data uplink. The incriminating evidence needs to be transmitted while Commodus is giving his speech. Millions of Canaanites will be watching. We'll need a senior level security code to gain access. The uplink is located on the top floor of the palace. The area is off limits right now. It will be heavily guarded. Then we'll just have to fight our way through. We have around 30 minutes before the Alpha gives his speech. Let's get moving. What have I gotten myself into this time? I'm the director of Canine Intelligence. I have clearance. have to hide these bodies. We're running out of time. Let's get to the top floor. Are the preparations ready? Yes, Alpha. Let's get with it and get on with it. This is the dawn of a new era of peace. Commodus is about to speak. Where's the uplink located? It's just up ahead. Let's do this. Broadcast is just starting. Hurry. Enter the following access code. Fox. I have access. Here are the files. Move them to the transmit folder. Soon after they will be broadcast publicly. K-Night citizens, today we celebrate K-Night Independence Day. Our former masters uplifted us from our humble beginnings. Once we were merely their pets, now we stand strong. Getting here wasn't easy. First we were given the gift of language, next came reading, writing, education, science, engineering, art, culture, economics. At last we saw the world through new eyes. Our former masters did not. We asked for our freedom, they denied us. Then we chose to fight. After many years and after much blood was spilled, our freedom was secured. As we began to build our society, our former masters were forced to acknowledge our sovereignty. A new era of peace had begun to take shape. Now we enter a new phase, the era of partnership and cooperation with our former masters. Not in subservience to them, but standing as equals. I met with officials from the Alliance earlier this week. After the activation of the array, the pack will have favored status in the sector. In exchange for our cooperation and friendship, our ships will be allowed to travel freely. Administrative control, all ESA colonies in Canis Majora will be transferred to the pack. The Canis Majora sector will become our exclusive domain. Our brothers and sisters on Cerberus and Service will be freed from their bondage. Finally, our former masters show us the respect that we deserve. The dawn of a new era of peace and prosperity is upon us. As we reflect on our past and consider our future, let us take pause and experience the moment and celebrate 30 years of independence. I'm honored to walk with you all as we build this future together. We are one pack, one family. Of a speech. What's the meaning of this? Excuse my early departure. I have an urgent matter that requires my attention. Breaking news. An unauthorized file transfer has just been received on the data pads throughout the pack. The information contained within implicates the Alpha in a number of crimes: credit laundering, secret meetings with ESA officials, and the death of Kronos the Great. I've just received a written statement from the Alpha's administration. It reads, "This message is to all K-Night citizens. A file was recently downloaded onto your data pads. The information contained within is entirely false. Do not let those who would fragment the pack destroy our unity. Those responsible for these lies will be brought to justice." This just in. Fighting has broken out in the capital between Gamma Pack and Epsilon Pack. Alpha Pack and Beta Pack have sworn their allegiance to Commodus. Omega and Sigma Pack have rejected the Alpha. They are rallying behind a retired Admiral, Jackson Bernard. So far, Delta Pack has stayed out of the fighting. No statement from the Pack has been released. Could Bernard's supporters be responsible for the information leak? Many are asking that very question. We're at a stalemate. This is not going as smoothly as expected. Open a channel to Sigma Pack. Arcanus. Bernard, you old dog, so it was you who uploaded the files. Risky. All sides are taking heavy losses. There's no clear victor. I hope you know what you're doing, Admiral. We need a MatCon transport out of here. We're still at the palace. We could be discovered at any moment. Sigma Pack and Omega Pack must coordinate their efforts as one pack. If we can deliver a crushing blow to Alpha Pack, Beta Pack, Gamma and Epsilon will fall into line. The fleet is minutes away. We'll rendezvous with Omega Pack in orbit above the capital. We'll get you out of there, Admiral. Hang tight. Open a channel to Omega Pack. We're getting hit hard, Bernard. I hope you have a good plan. Rendezvous with Sigma Pack in orbit above the capital. We must act together as one pack. If we can defeat Beta and Alpha Pack, the others will fall into line. I guess we'll see. Good hunting. You as well. I knew it was you. You sold out the Pack to our sworn enemy. This can't be forgiven. I have not sold out the Pack. They are our enemy no longer. They gave us life and civilization as we know it. You have no idea what you've done. Our people will pay the price. The ESA was going to free our brothers and sisters on Cerberus and Service. Canis Majora would have been ours for the taking. All that was required was for us to stay out of their way. Your handlers in the Alliance have been lying to you, Commodus. If they wanted to free us, they could have done so a long time ago. They dangle a treat in front of you and you eagerly obey. A known Cainite weakness. Shut up, you insolent little pup. So you're the one to spark the flames of chaos and dissent. I knew Bernard wouldn't have the guts to do this on his own. He started this, now it's time to finish it. This isn't over. We'll see you on the battlefield. The palace is being shelled. We have to get out of here. We made it to the rendezvous point, Admiral. Get us out of here. Hurry. Initiating MatCon transfer. My old ship, the Saberwolf. We pulled it out of retirement just like you. What's our status? All the fleets are in position. So far, most of the action seems to be happening on the surface. Each side is trying to prevent a protracted conflict. What's the status of our forces fighting in the capital? All sides have suffered heavy losses. That includes us, as well as forces loyal to Commodus. I'm taking command of the ground forces. Understood. If anybody can pull this off, you can. Bring the tactical interface online. Let's show them what we're made of. Werewolf artillery. This is going to be a fun little bug. I guess this vehicle is amphibious, and it's not supposed to be. Alright, I think I have a clear idea of what I need to change now, and I think it'll be okay, actually. But I think I am going to end the stream for now and work on this throughout the day. So, anyway,